to you from the frequency that you're normally responding to, or we can talk to you from a higher state. So we want you to put your focus. You can feel the heat in your forehead. You can feel the heat in the crown of your head. And you can begin to trust that whatever it is that is being transported, transpired, being communicated at this point in time, is only for your highest good in this frequency that you recognize. The highest good does not mean that you're going to get your needs met, your wants met, or any of the embracing that you have done of what your social life should be like, or what it is the end result of your life should be like. Is none of that is important. The aspect of being on the plane of the earth at this point in time is elevation of consciousness. It is no longer to stay where you are, what it is that you have been dreaming about, what it is you think is necessary, or what it is that others are doing. Because if focusing on what others are doing sets up a rebound inside of yourself, or sets up a response, or sets up a negative pattern from the past, you are lowering your own frequency. So you want to be very awake to that, always knowing that you can modulate your voice, you can modulate your eyes, you can modulate your body responses, you can be active and awake for all of those things, but there's no need to guard yourself against negativity when in fact you are delivering from the highest frequency that contributed to your birth and your rebirths and your awakened state. There is no need to protect against anything, because these frequencies are ever evolving, and at the slightest speck of information where it is that there is an attack, right, or a bombardment, if you are in your crown chakra, if you support that with your third eye chakra, which means the crown is all about multiple choices or infinite choices, and the third eye is all about that part of yourself that is perceiving in absolute clarity without any filters, that these aspects of yourself are clear of the negative aspects of planet of Earth at this particular time. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to put yourself in a situation where it is you have to once again prove that you know what you're doing. Because at this particular point in time, anyone who thinks they know what they're doing is definitely based in their third chakra, right? Third chakra, which means you want power and control over your life. And you can't have it at this point in time. That's easy for us to say. It's hard for you to hear it. But to know that you are given the power at your very incarnation, the first one that you have, to awaken. You don't have to live hundreds of life cycles. You don't have to be involved in meditation and reading books and doing all the things that people do when they are being trained into a higher consciousness. It's just a matter of waking up. And that's the aspect of the human, where it is in the particular moment, you stay in the particular second, you know that you don't have to do anything, that you are just there, almost like you prick your finger with a pin, and all of a sudden there it is. There's a feeling in the end of the finger. It's like, oh, I have been pricked by a pin, and my attention went from everything else that I was thinking right there to that one spot. So the one spot that you're going to is the center of the heart, of course, that focal point of the toroidal field, that place where you're connected to all things. But it doesn't have to do with responding or rebelling or rebuilding or anything. It has to do with recognizing that you are power and that you are capable of moving into a new direction, just because the sensing of the self is uncomfortable with what it is perceiving, that you don't have within yourself a great feeling of comfort, of freedom. These things are interpreted by the human ego, but they are based in the spirit. The spirit is free. It does not have a particular form or a particular agenda, right? The spirit is introduced into a physical form because of the past lives and because of the soul's agenda. But you don't have to adhere to your soul's agenda during your whole life. After all, most teenagers don't adhere to their soul agenda at all. Yes? And so remember that you get choices, that you do it from the crown chakra and you do it from a place infinite possibility. What is my best bet, so to speak? It's like playing a game of roulette. It's like I put all my money on this. If it comes up to the right number, then you say, yes, I have won. If it doesn't come up to the number that you have chosen, then you've lost it all. Right? So you don't want to live like that. You don't want your best bet to be in the third dimensional outcome of anything. Nothing. Detach from that.